Alright. Oh, man. I'm gonna be honest, I've spent the past, I want to say, 5 hours on and off trying to figure out how I was gonna tackle today's casual stream. Because usually I try to use the DayZ streams as a bit of like a reflection of everything that went on throughout the week. And I'm gonna level with you guys, I can't. Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, just the sheer amount of shenanigans that has happened this past week, I don't know. Like, it's been wild what has fallen into my lap, and I want to say I'm shocked, but it all just kind of fell into my lap, and it's like crazy. Just grenade myself and call it an explanation. I mean, yeah, like that is kind of how it is, but yeah. How y'all doing? I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. Hopefully you're enjoying your Sunday or Monday mornings. I was talking with Jansen. He's already at work again because it's Monday over there. But, ah. My goal last week was by the end of this week, we'd be, you know, everything on track. The hardest thing we'd have to deal with was Reforger. Making sure that went swimmingly. Rhodesia's back on track. All of those commission ops are ready to go. We're going to have like another 3 weeks, technically 4, because I got to take 1 week off. Because we have FNF War Games on it. So, you know, 4 weeks front logged, a bunch of missions and stuff. We've got the Rhodesian stuff pretty much set in Tier 3 right now for both factions. I mean, that's starting to reach its mid-game. I've got the campaign I want to do after Rhodesia ready to go. It's going to turn into its own separate system. That was what was supposed to happen. FNF is on hold, yes, but they still have a week, a monthly event called War Games, which is so far a 107-person event. It's 3 lives. And that's where we saw Audrey Hotto come back and get an even higher kill record than his 21 official kills in, oh my god, whatchamacallit. In FNF. Like, in a War Games event, he got up to like 27 or 28, and they thought, they once again accused him of hacking. It was funny, but, yeah, nothing ever goes to plan. I mean, let me just, I'm gonna bullet point at all the crazy things that happened this week. Jester814 DMs me and says, hey, we want to get back into Arma 3. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we're coming back for that. Vix torpedoed her own unit, the Sisters of Battle one, and now I've taken that over, and now that's all in my Discord. So we've got that. So yeah, like, those are the 2 big things. There's a bunch of small things that happen too, but it's just like peanuts compared to all that stuff. Yeah, Drum's a friend of mine, and he literally reached out to me. He's like, hey, I want to get my guys... Do you want your goat back now? All right, I see how it is. But he literally messaged me. He's like, hey, we're going to get back into Arma 3. You want a Zeus skin? I'm like, yeah. So he's working on a mod set. He has to literally rebuild all of his mods for it. But then he's going to basically get his framework back online. He wants me to come back in Zeus. So probably Wednesdays, 8:30, 8:45 is when we'll be starting those streams, because Reforger, like, all the Zeuses for him for Reforger have kind of slowed down, and Reforger's getting boring for him because, well, I mean, he's been doing Reforger for, like, over a year now, and I've started, you know, jumping into Reforger, and I even see there's not that much content for it, so it's wild. Proves Arma 3 is better. In some ways, yes, not always, but I like the metaphor I used when I was doing Reforger Zeusing today with my unit for the first time. Why did I just hear a Triceratops? Oh, we're gonna shut the door and have an eat break real quick. Zeusing in Reforger is like Zeusing Arma 3, but with one hand tied behind your back. There are some really cool things you can do Zeusing one hand, but it is easier to Zeus with 2 hands. But it's not impossible to Zeus with 1 hand, you know what I mean? That's just how it is. The Cookie. Oh, is Cookie here? Cookie, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a hot second. I've tried to DM you something earlier, but I couldn't find you. You disappeared on me again. And I don't even remember what it was. But again, so many crazy things happened this week. Ah, man. Yeah, so Jester, Drumheller, I use those names interchangeably because Drumheller's the name of his Discord. Like, that's also his last name. But him and Luton got me into this game. And some of my best campaigns on YouTube, and honestly, some of my favorite ones to Zeus back in the day, Born Home Incident, Isla Duala Incident are the two biggest ones, were with him on the ground and his guys. But the really cool thing about what could all happen now is I can bring some of my people into those ops as actors. Okay, that's why are there clowns? But I can get a lot of people involved with it now, and that's going to be the really fun thing. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to not get oofed by this. Because I don't have enough ammo to fight clowns. And there's all this other crazy stuff going on. Oh, and I got beans. Lovely. Put the jam in there. Why did I hear a bear trap? Luton does, yeah, he's been doing Warhammer lore for a long time, ever since I pretty much ousted him. That's a whole other can of worms, but I'm honest with it. I definitely ousted him because he kind of went cray-cray. The equivalent to me, for most people to understand right now, would be imagine if I did the Rhodesia campaign, and I discounted everything heavily and added artillery, and I just constantly killed my player base for like a month straight. And then every player went to go, you know, do someone else's stuff. Hey, yo. Huh? What kind of bullet reflection bullshit was that? But I mean, that's old drama. Bro, uh-oh, where'd my health go? Hey, let's be cool. What on earth was that? I just somehow blew my own head off. Okay. Yes, because that's how it works. I see. All right. Silly me. Yeah, I hit myself literally square in the chest with my own gunshot. What? I don't think that's how bullet ricochets are supposed to work. What do I know? Yeah, tier 3 is available for both Zapu and Zanu right now for that sheet. And I have a few things on the sticky note. I pulled them out over here. Yep. To go deal with for that. You're sorry, Cookie? Don't be sorry. It's okay. I deserve this. I had such a crazy week. Oh, I thought the goat was about to eat me. I deserve to be taken down a few pegs, but... Yeah, I'll go over what happened with the 5th a little later. What did you just call me? Once again, we have racist, whatchamacallits, bloodsuckers. Huh? Don, I would say or not Don, excuse me, Cookie, I would ask Don because Don has been, it's been Don and Griffix that have been pushing for the main things for Pay for Pain at the moment. They would probably know what's best. So, yeah, I guess my gun was turned around and the barrel was pointing to me instead of at the zombies. I really don't understand it personally. The shells went backwards. How? I don't know. They just went backwards. And I'm still black screened here. Razor. Actually, I need to wait for a razor. Oh, okay, now we're good. The bullet knows where it is at all times, right? But yeah, TLDR, what happened in the 5th was Vix got into a fight with her co-owner and ended up, not even, like, before the fight, she basically accidentally, I say that with air quotes, dropped mortars on all of the players because someone said repeat on the radio. And that caused, why? Oh, hi, hello. Hello, sir, how you doing? And when she was called out for it in debrief, she apparently got into a massive spat with the person that technically runs the unit in her steed. And she banned him in front of everybody in debrief and proceeded to delete the TeamSpeak server and basically tell everyone she's no longer going to be paying for the Arma server, so the unit essentially died. And here's the thing. I'm not going to say Vix was right or wrong because I wasn't there. This is what I was told that happened. And I also don't know how you can take a, hey, you kind of mortared us on accident to, like, how do you talk your way into going from that conversation to then getting banned? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's not everything. Ooh, gun. Gun. But I wasn't there. I'm not going to call anything out because I simply don't freaking know. Like, you know what I mean? So, Fuzz gets thrown out of the community, and Shepard is literally telling me all of this over Costco hot dogs. Like, that's where we are right now. So I reach out to Fuzz and say, hey, like, if the unit is dead because the main person that was funding everything doesn't want to fund it anymore, like, do you want to just move into my place and keep running stuff? Because if there's no line of succession, I don't mind giving that to you guys because, you know, at the same time, like, Fuzz was also a good friend of Vix, but, like, apparently that friendship completely evaporated. I know exactly what that's like. So that was where my sympathies went in, and I gave that offer, and now I'm going to basically, you know, let them continue to run under Ian's framework. And I will admit the only reason I also gave this is because, no offense to Ian if he's in my chat right now, but I do own your server right now until you decide to pay for it again. I don't mean to be rude, but I did pay for it this month, so I can technically do with it what I want. Until you tell me that you're going to pay for it again. So, you know. Boop, boop, boop. Man. Hi, yeah, I'm listening. I know, and I'm not saying that as a negative, but usually, like, my process would be I would have talked to Ian about it and gotten his permission, but this time I literally just went right into it because it's like, okay, you know. It's my server at this point. So, that's the situation there, and originally I was going to have us start, like, this coming Friday, but I have a date night with Bloodwayne on that Friday, and if I try to cancel on her, I am going to lose my testicles again, and I don't want to lose my testicles again, all right? You don't want to piss off a Greek woman when she's holding the goat shears, all right? It doesn't work in your favor. So we're going to do an earlier op on Friday at like 3 p.m. instead of 5:30, which is their normal time slot, just to test the mod set. I'm going to have their kits ready to go. I'm going to have Op4 kits ready to go. I'm going to have their mod set shortened out as much as I can. There's been another guy on my Discord named Lenny. He showed me how he shortened the mod set down really well because he got it down to like below 40 mods. But that was some great insight because I do work on, you know, some mod sets, but, you know, I've been a month or two since I worked with a few communities on 40K stuff specifically. So that was really nice to get all that sorted. And I'm just, you know, trying to utilize every resource I can at the moment to optimize where I can. Yeah, Shadowblade. I'm a lizard. Duh. Yes, and I do want mini Lirus one day. That is important to me. I'm just saying. You're so sorry. You know, Cookie, I'm I'm actually curious what's gonna happen. Like, sickeningly, morbidly curious. But like, here's the thing about Vix, all right? I know what goes on in her head. I know why she did what she did. Not everyone know. Man, I was trying to have a heart-to-heart here. Like, I understand. That doesn't give her the excuse to treat people the way she's treating people, but she's just under a lot of stress locally. But she's gonna potentially, not even potentially, she's burning every bridge she has with everyone tied to Arma 3, because I think at the moment she only wants to go play, like, DCS here and there. Because now, you know, she's doing her dream job for IRL, which is flying Apaches. But she's one of those types of people where she'll criticize you if she thinks you're doing something wrong, but as soon as you criticize her, that's like, that's like, she takes that criticism like you're insulting her mother or something. I don't know. I'm using a broad term there, but you know, it's like that. My poor leg. You know, it's just one of those types of people that can't take feedback. And here's the thing. She used to do that, but I think now that, and again, this is me speculating, there's a landmine in that. Why did you put a landmine in? I need that, you bitch! Where am I supposed to find wood now? I gotta crawl all the way back here. You monster. I think because she is now achieving what she wants to in life, her ego is starting to inflate. And now she's hitting that, you know, 2017, 2018 LCPL Liru period of, my shit doesn't stink and I can do no wrong. Now, am I ever going to talk to her again? No. No, that bridge is burnt. Am I going to ever want to interact with her again? No. I could see maybe 1 or 2 reasons down the line, but that is if, you know, that certain project I sometimes mention goes my way, and I become the community manager for that. But, I mean, that's an astronomically low chance. Cookie, why are you writing minefield? No, 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 no. You know, crazy. Great. Just don't mind me. I'm just crawling around down here. Great. I gotta out-crawl the goat guy. Lovely. But yeah, I prefer to look at the positives. Now I have a Sisters of Battle unit in my pocket. I remember I was having to tell Rose this a few nights ago, and she was out of the loop too. But she's the one that, you know, manages the Sister of Battle mods. And that was her, like, test community for it, and I just told her, no, like, now I'm your test community. Rose is, a funny individual. Why are you coming over here? Go away. This won't do anything to you. Go away. Turn around. I need to break this tree. Go away. Go away. Okay, I'll just let you pass. Okay, we'll just go this way. It's fine. It's fine. I don't think either of these I can get sticks from. Dawn, if it's on the dock, it's on the dock. Like, I can check back after the fact and, you know, sway a few things, but math is math. What was that monster? That's what happens to a Lance Corporal Liru when you take his balls away. He becomes this, like, demon thing, and, like, you hear his heartbeat. So, you know, I don't want to be one of those, right? Yeah, you're doing the math. I got you. All right, see, that's why I want to keep my balls over there. Sticks! It dropped sticks. That's amazing. I love it when the monsters drop sticks. Dawn, can you write in DMs what it all is then? Because if that's a massive list, there's no way I'm going to be able to write all that down super quick. But yeah, I guess now this week's plan is going to be to literally... Alright, thanks, Don. But yeah, no, this week's plan is literally going to be get the Sisters of Battle unit up and running. I got to finalize their mod set. And... I guess I need to also sit down with Horse and we need to decide what polls we want to make for the next rotation for Rhodesia. Not Rhodesia, jeez. For a Forger. I need to shoot a message to Drum and probably, you know, chill with him on Darktide for a bit and ask, alright, what's the timeline for doing Arma 3? Just so I can have that scheduled. I gotta get 5 new people. I already know who I'm gonna be grabbing for the next rotation in for Jansen's stuff for Mastiff. Because that's hella fun. And... I mean, just video editing, you know? You did a thing? Oh, I'm about to explode. Great. Awesome. Lovely. Check DMs when you can... Oh, was that... Did he just do it? Okay, cool. Awesome. Great. Cool. Cookie, I'll get that sorted away. I want to see you tomorrow, though, for the Rhodesia stream. I want you to see the fruits of your labors. Huh. And I want to see how the player base handles it. Cookie, you missed it. Last Monday, their pilot got golden BB'd out of, like, a kilometer in the sky and crash-landed and caused a mass-cas. You would have loved... That's what I wanted to DM you about, actually. Wait! This is not okay. This... Hey, look, it's me! Bro's got a bell. Oh, no. There's red smoke in the distance. Oh, this is great. Yeah, Shepard, admittedly. I mean, he calmed down after that. But, I mean, the weekend Rhodesian ops, like, after the first one, and he got, like, murked on that one, he's like, bro, if the second op, like, sucks for me, too, I'm not coming over for game night. I'm like, no, please. But they did really well in the second op, so that was good. Am I gonna fight dudes with a frickin' Mark 11 or Mark 2? Great. But I feel bad for some of my players sometimes, because I'm like, I don't mean for you to get oofed, but you are getting absolutely oofed right now. Die. Hey, yo, what does that timer mean? Hey, yo! Give me that, give me that. He was still alive? Hey, we cool? We cool? Okay. Oh, bro. Oh, why are there so many of you? Yeah. Yeah, that was obviously gonna happen. They all had helmets and I had a 22 handgun. Yeah. I was hoping the one guy that I killed would have a gun, but you know. Rin, I did see it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I'm not gonna give any false hope anywhere. I'm just gonna say the focus is gonna be to make it a Sisters of Battle unit. After that is established, depending on how my schedule is and what I'm able to accomplish, I will potentially look into other things. But if the unit only has, like, if it's going to 2 squads and a pilot and a command team, there's no reason to add anything more. And that's like, you know, 20 players. And it seems like my golden number right now is ops that are like, you know, 20-esque players at the moment. So if that number goes up, cool. I will start making adjustments, but I don't have a need at the moment. So I'm just going to stick to my scripts without scope creeping anything, because if I let things scope creep, then I lose that productivity, you know? Now, it's not a bad suggestion to do things like Karsakins, but again, the Sisters have a custom damage armor and a custom script module that is similar to, like, Black Carapace in Space Marines, which is why it would be the most compatible. And why am I... No... Why am I here now? Cookie, what did you do to make me suffer today? I'll make him suffer tomorrow, yeah, but what did you do to me today? And I appreciate that, Tech. I wouldn't mind expanding it to, you know, like, making the engineer slot, like, the pilot slot be the engineer tech priest, or, you know, like, some sort of fire support vehicle as well, but, you know, you don't want to put the cart before the damn horse. You want to make it, you know, work as intended, and then as people come in, you can add to it accordingly, but I'm not going to do any additions until I have the base thing set up. Now, I can have all that done very quickly, but there's no point in me working on it right now when it doesn't need to be ready until Friday, which means it doesn't need to be ready till Wednesday when it's announced. And I've got a few other, you know, fish to fry first. So Dragon, usually I limit things per squad. But I will also be doing my patented, I say that as a joke, but I also am kind of serious, my roster system, where we track all of the players on a spreadsheet, and I announce a certain time when people can start grabbing things on the spreadsheet, and then we claim things from there. That's gas. Someone just fired gas at me. That's lovely. Thanks, guys. Really cool. I'm sure it's oh, I've got bloody hands, too. Lovely. Lovely. 400. God damn. Well, players are gonna suffer, that's for damn sure. More gas. Oh, am I gonna be able to loot in here, or am I just gonna get immediately gassed? Oh, cool, I found shades. Why do I have a feeling that's gonna be an artillery strike? You know, I've got this, like, sick feeling in my stomach. No, it doesn't look red. I'm gonna get in this building over here just to be safe. Which is gassed. My hands are dirty because it's blood, because someone's been firing gas rounds at me. Ah, you know. Just as a reminder, this is a DayZ stream, so I'm not gonna see if you donate anything tied to the campaign, because I have all of those donations hidden on my side. I will look after, though. I think that's actually what happened last week and why I forgot that Don gave me something. Alright, there would have been already by now, so I'm going to risk it. Alright, well that fixes that. I don't know what I'm going to do with a thumper, but... Oh boy, gas. Oh boy, a grenade launcher. I see, you hate Bambis. I look like Jill Valentine. Hey! Hey, is it because I'm ginger? Come on, calm down. Calm down. Alright, you heard it here, folks. Razor hates gingers. Alright. Well, that happened. 500 raptors. Oh my god. Oh, that's just Maine. That's just mean. How many times did you pay to kill me? It's like, yeah, you're alive again? No, you're not. Did 500 raptors last time broke the server? Yeah, I guess it did. You know, so did some player spawning, like, what, 20 supply drops or some BS? So, you know, fair game. Fair game, I say. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, anyway, I've completely lost my train of thought. You know, running from your life, or running for your life from a thumper tends to do that to you. I also remember, yeah, that was on the Japanese map where someone spawned 7,000 landmines. Yeah, that was something. Yeah. Uh-huh. But yeah, we've got a lot to do. I got a lot of people to talk to, but the whole end game caveat is going to be... This is great. The end game caveat is going to basically be, by the end of this week, we should have everything caught up to where it needs to be, with, like, everything ready to go, because I genuinely don't know what else could happen. Like, I even had, you know, the 5th exploding. I've had that on my bingo card for a year, actually, because of shenanigans, but... Like, I don't have anything else left on my bingo card now, so I don't know what could realistically happen. Oh, yeah, yeah. Because, fun fact, that's where it started. The Alstalfo meme is from the 5th. Hey. No, no, no. Keep those shut. You didn't just open them. Why did you open them, you monster? Every day I live to suffer, apparently. I'm gonna be honest, and this isn't me trying to be insulting or anything. There were other issues going on where it would have either been an explosive ending like that, or it would have been a slow. Unless another Zeus stepped up to start doing things, and that's not a dig at dwarves or anything. He was the Zeus there, but the latest campaign he was doing, there were some complaints. But yeah, dwarves hates me for a completely different reason, which is hilarious to me. But I don't know how long ago it was, but he got into a spat with some people, and he didn't like what those people were doing, so he tried to have me ban them without really any proof, claiming that they were, like, harassing him. And again, there wasn't really any proof. Oh, that's not. Get punched. So I literally just told him, like, look, bro, like, I don't know what you consider harassment is, but words only have power if you give them that power, like, in your mind, you know, mentally. Because there's nothing here that, like, even Britain would consider hate speech. And he took that personally and left my community. So I'm like, okay. Like, I think I said this on a stream, like a dev stream a few days ago. Like, I don't like to work with difficult people. Because difficult people, if you give them... Oh my god, what the freaking hell? Oh, well, this... If I hide in the tube, they can't get me. They're too fat. That was a lie. I'm talking about a player who... His name's King of Dwarves. He is the main Zeus in the 5th, or, you know, was. It's all... Like, I heard something else happened between him and Vix, like, a few days ago. I won't share that one, though, because that was told to me in confidence, but... Again, I feel bad for both of them because of all the shenanigans that's going on. But yeah, Dwarves doesn't like me because I basically wouldn't ban people that he didn't like. I'm suffering, Cookie, don't you worry. But yeah, like, I just don't deal with difficult people in my community. Because once you start giving difficult people all of that extra leeway, it almost always goes to their head. I'm so dead here. Literally about to bleed out. That's great. Well, I'm gonna fist the goat. You won't even let me, like, okay, whatever. That's fine. And here's the thing, I don't want to be one of those people that go, well, it's my community, I can do what I want. No, I still try to hold myself accountable to almost all my rules. There are exceptions I make, because then you run into that, like, autistic side of the scope that'll try to bend your own rules against you. And then as soon as you try to call them out for that, they just point at your rules and go, nope, you can't do that. And it's like, it's still my community, bro. I can technically do what I want. But, yeah, no, I've been... Working on the internet for 10 years has shown me there's a massive scope of crazy people out there, and you know, I don't really want to deal with half of them. Must have been the wind. Hey, you leave me alone with a bunch of goats like that, I'm not gonna say that. We're not gonna say that. That is not something to say on a Twitch stream. Liru, Dawn. Do not make me break the VOD. Hey, technically you can say that without getting in trouble on Twitch. Now, if I started saying things like, what's topical right now? Cyber League, GTA 6, Discord. I could probably get subpoenaed. Shit, but I can't let them do that because then Rockstar will find all of the secret Arma 3 ERP channels. What the fuck? Why is there a tiger? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I can juke it. I can juke it. I can't juke that. Holy shit, it knows Kung Fu! Where the fuck is your panda? Oi! Someone call, what's his name? Poe. And tell him to frickin' get this bitch away from me. Oi, you cool? You cool now? Hey! Hey, be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Ow, you bitch! Ow, oh my... Okay, the tiger did not want pets. Okay? That's not Shifu. Shifu's the freaking little thing. That was Tigress. Oh my god. Bro doesn't even know his characters from Kung Fu Panda. Penguin, if you type exclamation point P4C, it should be in there, though I think that's a tier 5 vehicle. Heavy trench warfare. Well, so I am going to be adding Trencher to the 40k mod set for the sisters because Trencher's a really great mod to have for making some trenches and whatnot, and trenches are very 40k. Why is there a bear? But the main thing I'm going to start the sisters unit on is just a lot of CQC. It's going to be a lot of high-octane CQC. You asked for Poe? That's a brown bear, not a panda bear. See, now you're just racist, Racer. Oh, he's going to kill me for that one. He's totally going to kill me for that one. You deserve it, too. Are you telling me Poe is black-facing right now, VFA? God damn. Don't tell the liberals that, they'll freak the fuck out. The cocaine sort of tweaks. Oh my god. He's just dirty? Oh, you can't say that about him either. VFA, that's gonna get you Twitch. We're all going to hell. No, Tech, you're either white, black, or both, which makes you Asian. That's how the bear systems work. I'm asking how would you do it or have done it before? I'm sorry, Devour, restate the question then. I didn't realize you were asking on how I would make a mission. I thought we were talking about something else. Trencher, I've never really had an issue with it. And I'm not talking about making, like, miles of trenches. I'm talking about making, like, medium-sized trench fortifications. Yeah, I'm not making the entire op out of trenches. No, this would be, like, trenches around, like, a 40k made town. Okay. Alright, I see how it is. Because there's maps that exist on the work. Actually, I don't even know if Trenches and Blood still exists on the workshop. They might have removed that for funny. Okay, there's literally. Yep, we're just gonna crawl away.
Liru, I want my goat back.
But I'm not going to when I say CQC, I'll literally tell you what I'm thinking. I'm literally thinking, what if I go to Alraik and I replace, like, half of the buildings in the major towns with 40k buildings to establish a playable ratio of a 40k atmosphere, and then I also add Trencher to make some trench networks around those buildings. and then have some custom op 4 units and call it a day. Like, that is my basic bottom line. Ooh, that's a gun. Is this a 22 assault rifle? Man, I'm gonna die. I'm not sure that's even gonna kill the tiger. That's just gonna get me killed. Ian donated for Razor. Razor, I don't think a 22 is a good gun given the previous circumstances, but okay. How would I do heavy trench warfare mission? If it was a heavy trench mission, I wouldn't use Deformer and I wouldn't use Trencher. I'd use that for, like, command trenches or whatnot, but I would just use the ace textures for trenches, or specifically the group Adler trenches, because once you start doing a massive amount of deforming on a map, it does break your frames. It does break the performance. Like, I wouldn't say it bricks things, but it certainly hurts it. So I would just make networks out of the existing sandbag textures and bunker textures. I'd probably use the refortification mod as well. They've got some good textures in there. But I would literally just build it out of Group Adler trenches. Someone re-uploaded Trenches in Blood? I could have sworn there was also like a Trenches in Blood 2 or something. Because I think it's Ignis that made those maps. And that would be Rubix's group, if I recall correctly. Oh, yeah, and then Ian wants Group Adler Trenches added to Rhodesia, and I jokingly told him that would be $500, because that would literally make the op super easy for the players. The original's gone, it's just 2 now? What that means is it's still on someone's server somewhere, but they're not going to upload it. I have so many mods on my computer that are, like, original copies of, like, the original Kick-Ass Weapons pack from, like, 2017 that had Excalibur, where if you swung the sword, it created a lightning bolt strike. I've just never really I don't want to upload those because that's how you get into trouble with the Bohemian Overlords. And I don't really want to get in trouble with the Bohemian Overlords. Anyway. You know, fun stuff like that. Who am I fist fighting? What? It's raw, which means it could make me sick. If it was dried, it would be fine. Devour, if I get a second this week and remember, I'll try to dig for it. I'm more excited to see what you might put in Necrophage. Because here's the thing, anything you put Necrophage, I could have Drum deal with it. I want to make him scream again. That was really fun. I already have the rope, but I would need the rags. Damn, that's fine. Do I even have bullets in here? I have 2 bullets. You know, it's not worth it. Rather have the rags. Because I'm more likely to step on a landmine than find enough revolver ammo to kill a freaking dinosaur. Oh, and I'm going to have brutes and Halo now, too. So, you know, fun stuff. Yeah, I'm excited, Dev. We'll see how things go. Hi! Oh. Ow, what? Damn, the skeleton got hands! I was gonna pull the revolver out and two-tap him. The one moment I decide not to take the revolver, I immediately get frickin' molested by Jack Skellington looking for his zombie wife. DayZ plot is so difficult to follow. Chad, I have a random meme idea. All right, bear with me here. What if we ran an op? Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's not fair. What did he hit me with? Oh, right, we have a gun. Duh. Gun. What is he made out of? Why is my gun freaking bonking like sands? It's whatever. Okay, here's what we do. We are a team of mercenaries that are attempting to restore access to some internets, to an internet connection to a server, to defend a certain leak tied to cyber as they try to upload GTA 6 before Rockstar's PMC can crack down on us. That's the dummy gist of it. So you fight the police, you fight the billion-dollar corpos, all so you can take a pot shot at their revenue share. Why not? Actual Merryweather op. Yeah, at that point. He drinks 3 gallons of milk an hour? How? He's a skeleton! But yeah, I was thinking of doing a meme op Thursday or Friday with it, seeing, you know, what'll happen. If I have the time, because there's so many other things to do. Osmosis. He just bathes in milk. Awakened by the calcium. Oh, Thomas, the physical disc thing is never going to happen. That's the sad truth about it. At this point, you either need to hard reset. Why do I hear? What is that? Oh, no. Oh, that's... Oh, no. No, I know what that sound is. Private equity's killed video gaming for a lot of major companies. So the only way to deal with it is to hit the private equity where it hurts, and that's the money. Are we safe? Now, don't get me wrong. I also want to say I'm not actually advocating for anything. Because if I do, Rockstar's going to subpoena the Discord and find all the Arma 3 roleplay channels. But anyway... Whenever you have something get super bloated and corrupt, you gotta burn it down. Just so things can rise from the ashes. That's just how it works in history. That's just how it works. Yes, I'm Lori. How you doing? That's a really weird question. I can sell you Dreams Feet pictures. That's not a good noise. And I have no gun! Well, Cookie, 20 bucks is 20 bucks. You're really intoxicated? I can tell. Cookie, did that chick you were talking about take your balls too? Is that what's going on here? Oh, networking. Yeah, most the real passionate part of gaming was kind of started dying off in the early to mid 2010s, and it's kind of a spiral ever since. Now you only really see that in indie projects for the passionate stuff, but like I said, maybe we'll see some of that change. If the only reason will be that it's to scare the shit out of the investors via what's going on with GTA 6, but it could also just completely bounce back, so I'm not going to hold my breath. But, I mean, the whole economy is about to, you know, die in the next 2 years and come back, so buy the dip. Have fun. Give what? What did he do? Am I about to explode? Oh, he sent 20 bucks? Okay, at the end of the stream, I will go dig those up and send them to you. Okay, yep. Someone go tell Dream I just sold his feet pics again. I'm sure he'll love to open his DMs to see that. Also tell him he's not getting a penny of it. That's how it works. Oh, cool. What is this? Oh, that's cute. Again? Yeah, how do you think I have them in the first place? Cookie, can you shoot me a DM on Discord so it puts you at the top of my list? Because I remember earlier in the week I was trying to find you and I couldn't. Because there's a lot of people named Cookie on Discord, and I don't want to message the wrong one. You did? Cool. Anyway, how y'all doing? Oh, speaking of GTA, apparently content creator. Hold on. Ah, well, it scrolled up into oblivion. I don't know. I've heard a few things about what's going on with it. It's supposed to be, no, it is the biggest thing in gaming right now because it's Grand Theft Auto. But is it bad to say I don't really care at the same time? Because it's simply just out of my sphere of, my world sphere. Like, the only thing it would be affecting is the guy I know, Pro Gamer Dude, because he builds his life off of GTA stuff. And he's a much bigger channel than me because he does it with another guy who's a different channel as well. I think one of them have over 1 million subs, but... yeah, like, that's their topic. But for me, I just do Arma, man. I don't really touch that stuff. I've never played a GTA game, and I don't think I ever will. That's a dino. TDLDR, some content creator has a dead... and then it cuts off for me. Don, can you just repost it? Because to me it looks like it says a content creator died. Like, what? What did Rockstar do? Is Rockstar now cleaning house? Did they leak a bunch of stuff to people? That's what the off is gonna be. We're gonna be Rockstar's personal Blackwater group, and we're gonna go bust down a bunch of YouTubers' houses. Oh no! We're gonna Hillary Clinton a bunch of people. Oh. We're gonna make really bad Arma ops over the next few weeks out of this bullshit, are we? That'd be fun. Yeah, it would also probably get me in a lot of trouble, but... you know, if the meme is worth it, the meme is worth it. Ooh, that's a nice one. Thank you. I think? I don't know what stag means, but it's a nice backpack. It's okay, I can't read anyway. Has a dead man switch where if they're arrested, everything he has a mass leak onto the internet? Okay. Ooh, a test AK. I'll look at that in a second. Here's the thing. Truthfully, anyone with a brain, and I'm going to tell it to you guys straight. I should not be reading this. Well, I am. What are you going to do about it? Anyone with a brain knows that by now it is going to be impossible to make Rockstar completely 180 everything to go into physical media. So right now, if you're actually trying to achieve change in the sphere of video games, you need to be running a media circus at the moment. And then from there, I'm getting shot at. Great. Oh, okay. Well, I thought test AK meant it had infinite ammo. It does not. That's lovely. I don't know if there's an actual dead man switch. There could be. There could not be. The game is going to end up either being released or... I mean, no, it has to be released at this point. Because this is either for one of two things based off of my limited understanding of what's going on. Either they're going to release the game early, in which case we will have the penultimate meme, not even, the final meme bear fruition of we get GTA 6 before GTA 6 comes out. We get everything to come out before GTA 6, including GTA 6. That would be the ultimate meme in my opinion, but I digress. Or this is all just a con so the guy can make millions of dollars by selling the information early. Those are the two options. I think the dead man switch thing is just a ploy to try to make the big bad company not, like, investigate them. I don't think there's anywhere that they're going to be able to hide because there's a lot of weird people out there that, for whatever reason, will always side with the billion-dollar company for free. Because everyone has their own sense of, you know, moral consciousness or whatnot. Oh, that's a lovely sound. That's a lovely sound. Gonna stay in the low ground here. I think Rockstar's only play, unironically, their only play would be to release the game early. And just turn this into a positive media spin. Like, it would literally be, alright, how do we release the game early, take everyone's money, build off of the hype that's going on, and then we release a statement saying, hey, we're going to release it with the planned updates we had over the next, like, 5 months. And then just push all the monetization features forward as well. That's the only way they would win, but they're not going to do that. I think they're going to just try to double down on trying to stop the hacker. And that's literally playing with a bomb that could blow up in their face at any time. Like, logically, from the hacker standpoint, they've been making a lot of money off of, like, a meme coin or something with it. And then they're claiming that they want to, you know, do change with it. But, you know, they're also making all this money, too. So, I don't know. They can't, the Netflix stuff? Huh. If they were smart with Netflix, though, what's going on right now would constitute as an I forget the exact word. I'm not going to make a fool of myself trying to pronounce it, but extra circumstance, explicating whatever circumstance that gets them out of it, and then they just release what they can. Exigent, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm still getting shot at. But no, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to watch. And that's, I guess, all I can really say on that matter, you know? So previous positive and negative actions can give you a trend, don't get me wrong. Well, ha! What do you mean there's a second one? I'm going to tell you from a contract perspective, though, you just have to weigh how much money, like, this is all just like, for a CEO's position, this is all just a game of numbers. How much money are you thinking to lose? And you'll have your financial guys throw you a figure of having the game release early for free versus trying to get ahead and release the game as early as possible to try to beat that deadline versus, and then, like, that's juxtaposed against how much money you're going to potentially lose for breach of contract against Netflix. I assure you, though, the amount of money they will lose... Slur. 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 The amount of money they would lose from the breach of contract is going to be less than the, like, amount of money they would have from just, letting people play it early and, you know, being caught with their pants down. But this is... Here's my question. The quote-unquote employee they bought it from, was it from an Indian? And I'm not trying to be racial when I say that, but something very similar happened a few months ago where someone bought credentials from a Discord employee in India, and they were able to get a bunch of Discord stuff and prove that Discord wasn't being complacent with like something in the UK, where they were supposed to be, like, deleting people's IDs after they quote-unquote processed them, but they were all just in, like, a general server, and anyone could pull those IDs out at any time and use them, because they weren't being properly handled. Because they, again, they paid for an Indian guy's credentials for his account, so he could claim he was quote-unquote hacked, but they only gave him, like, I think $10,000 or $20,000. We do know. And you're saying yes? Yeah. It's almost like outsourcing to, like, third world countries where you can pay them peanuts means if you throw a small amount of money at them... No, 20,000 is not small. A moderate amount of money at them. To them, that's life-changing money. You're a bitch. You can easily just, you know, lose everything overnight because you are trying to save money like that. So, you know... At that point, that's just corporate greed, friendly firing itself. So, you know. I truthfully do not have sympathy over it because the whole thing was done to save money. And then, boom, now they've lost everything. I know, right? Skill issue on my end, Cookie. I just blink and appear on top of radio towers sometimes. Hi? Oh, is this where I drop dead? That's cute. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's going to keep happening. There are people out there that have a good bit of disposable income, and they will keep buying people out in countries like India for their credentials to get access to everything they have on their accounts because, yeah, like, why not? You don't even need to be a cybersecurity professional to do that. That's just how the game works right now. Hell, if I had 20,000 to throw at somebody in Bohemia that was outsourced to a country like India or whatnot, I would unironically do that. But thankfully, Bohemia doesn't do that. You know? I think what I just said might get me blacklisted, but you know, that's the truth. Just don't outsource the countries that have really low standards for cyber security and, you know, can't be bought out, and then you're good. Add that to your next cost-benefit analysis for outsourcing your employees. Crazy, right? Crazy. But it is what it is. I used to say, like, CEOs are some of the dumbest people on the planet, but the reality is they're not. All their job is to literally look at the information given to them and make the best possible decision for the people that pay them the most money, which is the shareholders. So if they're handed a bunch of information, because they're not given perfect information, they're just given a bunch of numbers on a sheet, they will make decisions based off of what the numbers on the sheet tell them. But the number on the sheets are just financial data. It's literally nothing else. That's it. Now, once in a while, you have a golden gem of a CEO that understands their industry properly, like Gabe Newell. Or I always forget his name, but the saint of Costco hot dogs. I forget Costco CEO's name. Where they understand what their business is, and they also have a grip on their shareholders, and they don't need to collect every dollar in the world because they're not the greediest motherfucker out there. But, I mean, that's literally, like, the 1% of CEOs that understand what the hell they're doing. I think out of all businesses, that number's probably a lot higher, but, you know, things to consider. God, what a fun little concept we got on. Wild to be alive right now. No. No, not dealing with that. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, too. As someone that dabbled in the stock market a lot back in the day, hasn't been able to touch it because I moved all my equity into, you know, a house instead. A lot of, you know, big valuations in the market and whatnot, it's literally all just speculative. It's all made up. Now, we can get super meta and say, well, all money is technically made up because it's supposed to be pegged to something that people consider valuable like gold, but gold is only valuable because it's shiny, and everyone just accepted that it's valuable. But, nah, you've got companies that release with really high valuations for their stock. I think the last one was SpaceX, and now there's going to be another AI company or something that's about to go public, and it's going to have an even higher valuation. But the reason people have such high valuations on it is because there is some form of actual financial backing with it. AI companies right now, there's two main things that are keeping them super valuable. One is the fact that they have a lot of original investment, And the second thing is, unfortunately, it's all subsidized by the government. Data centers right now in the U.S. are being heavily subsidized by federal, state, and even local governments at the moment. And the federal government has even gone on the record to say they will bail out a few AI companies, technically if, but it's really just a matter of when they go under. Same thing happened in 2008. Same thing has happened to the bank industry, the airplane industry, the car industry, when in reality, we need to just let all those things die and let the natural market take its course. Does that mean a lot of shit's gonna go cray-cray in the short term and midterm? Yes. But eventually someone else is gonna get up and take that risk again. Because all it's doing is just getting things to get all bloated with expenses, and it's also spiking inflation. Yeah, too big to fail. My latest autistic look, while I've been looking at, not looking, but been doing mission file stuff, has been analyzing the US bond market. Unironically. And everything that could happen in the next, I want to say, 2 years is just going to cause bond rates to be increased. Because no one's going to be buying US debt anymore. Because we're finally at that part of the debt clock where it's all over, you know? So something's going to happen, and it doesn't matter who's in office at this point, because it's just a hot potato. And I'm going to be honest, I think it's going to be Great Depression to Electric Boogaloo at this rate, because neither side has really shown they want to do anything about it. We're close to the Weimar Republic? Yeah. I mean, it is times like these where we then have the really crazy people step up and take office. We're either literally going to have communism come up or fascism. So we're either going to become, you know, Joseph Stalin or Adolf Hitler. And I don't know which one it's going to be. I don't think anyone's going to be able to predict it, but that's where we're going. See, the issue is, Don, we've already printed more money to get ourselves out of the 2008 financial crisis. And then there was another time where, I forget which industry it was, but they needed a massive bailout like a year or two after the 2008 crisis, where we printed a bunch of money to bail them out. That's not going to work again. Because our debt ratio, our debt to asset ratio is just screwed. So it's all screwed. And normally this would allow for another government to come in and take over, but everyone is tied to the United States right now. There was a big fear, I want to say 5 years ago, where China could have been the one to take over, but they've got their own problems. They're a massive paper tiger. And they simply do not have the resources to handle it. The one thing they could do, though, while this all goes down, is they could do a Taiwanese invasion. And stretch United States resources thin enough that they could actually get away with it. But at that point, it's going to spark World War III. And I think the only thing that is going to get us out is some sort of global or, you know, resource war that happens. Truthfully. Here's the thing, though. If World War III starts, I live next to Dulles Airport, I'm dead. I'm getting nuked, guys. Like, that, GG. GG, it's been a good run. I'll see y'all in, I want to say heaven, but let's be honest, I belong in hell. So, GG, well played. But hey, if you want the Star Trek universe timeline to go, I mean, we do need to nuke ourselves before we learn anything and unite, so, you know, maybe it's a good thing. For future generations, I don't know. But at that point, my bloodline's dead, I don't care anymore. I ain't got a dog in the race. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they can draft me because I have a lot of damage in my left lung. So I'd never be able to pass a physical. But then again, I think they've been recruiting people regardless of physicals now. But I think I'm at the point in my life where if I don't like the person in charge of me and I can't quit, I will literally just... I'll let you figure it out. I can't say it because it's technically not allowed, but I'll let you figure it out. So that's badly damaged, and you are also badly damaged. But, I mean, you do have this. Wait, what? Oh, that's for a 550. Oh, well. Oops. Take the one with ammo, then. Yeah, you got liver failure, so you can't. You know, unironically, they could put me on a drone. That actually makes a lot of sense, because I have people that played a lot of my ops and did dedicated drone stuff, and they actually went to Ukraine and did drone stuff. Granted, he's dead, but, you know, I had that claim to fame for a little bit. But, yeah, they're still dead, so... That's horrible for me to say, but that's just the reality of the damn situation. I don't really beat around the bush anymore. It just is what it is. Yeah, he died. Yeah. I had another guy that was driving trucks. He actually got out, but that was after he got his, I think his truck got hit by something. I don't remember what, but he was basically on medical for a while, and then he, now he's out. But yeah. Oof, you know? No, it wasn't Granite. It was another, I don't want to talk about that personally, but yeah. Oh yeah, there's nothing anyone can do right now to really stop anything. It is what it is. No, I don't know if Granite went over. Granite was one of my drone operators, but he wasn't one of the few that went over to Ukraine for drone stuff. There was a main one. And it sucks because he was like gonna leave, but yeah. Oof. Drone operators, if they capture you, they do just kill you. Unfortunately. That is a really bad fucking cue. That is a really bad fucking cue. God, that is horrible. I'm laughing about it, but that was horrible. Jesus. But yeah, no, I literally just use humor to cope with all this shit at this point, because god damn. That was funny timing. Ah, damn it, now we got into depressing topics. But nah, Ukraine, there's not really anything stopping it at the moment. There have been attempts, but nothing's gonna stop it at this point. It is what it is. And the only thing I can say about it from a personal level is, hey, at that point, not my circus, not my monkeys. Can't do anything about it. Move on with my life. Pretty morbid, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's get on another topic, shall we? I don't want to deal with depressed bullshit. Alrighty. Yeah, the only way is up on the ramps. War. War never changes. Yeah, pretty much. My favorite dog breed is... Right, I'm sorry. You mean, like, actual dogs, not... Okay, my bad. Whatever the hell that thing is. I mistook an F-86 for a MiG-15. Alright, well, it's okay, because you're about to mistake these hands. It's good, Dragon, it's good. Yeah, I can't complain. Literally, I can't complain. New topic, Social Security won't be there when I retire? When you retire, when I retire, yeah, no, it's not gonna be there. I dare say, anyone with a 401k also probably won't have it, because it's gonna go get fed to the machine to try to save the economy. Unironically, that's what's gonna happen. So I hope you didn't need that. Oh, tech, that sounds delicious. Horse. You can't kill people. That's illegal. I just passed all these gun laws. You can't kill people. That's illegal. Ah, crazy how that works. Oh, bigger pants, but they're like damaged. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? My least favorite actor. I don't know. I have a few. The thing is, the funny thing about me is I'm really good at being able to separate the art from the artist, so I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of artists out there, there's a lot of actors that have really, like, dog shit tastes, takes on, random things, and I usually tune that completely out of what they're able to deliver on, you know, the screen. But I don't really have any bad actors in my head right now, because my problems with, you know, bad movies and whatnot usually don't stem from the acting. Oh, great. That's someone shooting at me. No, like... I guess on a more general topic, any actor that creates a Mary Sue self-insert of themselves to act would be my least favorite. And I think the only person I can think of that did that in recent history was that one Indian chick that made Velma. Like, you could also argue Rey Skywalker in the Star Wars series did that, but the actor behind Rey Skywalker isn't the one that made that self-insert. That was, what's-her-face? I can't even remember her damn name. But, you know, shit like that. Hey, Emzakov, how you doing, buddy? What were you playing? We're currently just talking about random shenanigans. It's been a crazy week. And, chat's murdered me multiple times, so, you know, I'm just trying to live. I guess, yeah, so Peter Dinklage, I like him as an actor in his roles. I loved him in Dexter Resurrection. He did a great job as, what was it, Tyrion Lannister? But yeah, no, the comments he made that basically screwed over every other midget in the Hollywood industry, that is something I do despise him for. You're right. I agree with that. No kill counter? Yeah, because I don't want to drink because I have editing to do after this, and I gotta now make a bunch of changes to the tomorrow's mission file. Basically rehearsing all the ways you could die in Scum. Nice. I'm rehearsing all the ways I can die in DayZ, but I've gotten a little break, and now I'm just chilling with chat. But I hope you survived, Emzakov. Well, you actually said you didn't, so that's fine. I think the only... I don't know much about The Rock. The only negative stuff I heard about him recently was, like, wasn't he Black Adam? I heard that went through production hell because of the type of person The Rock was. But I don't really watch a lot of movies, so I don't follow that. There's this one channel that I occasionally see a video on that I think does a much better job at analyzing stuff like that. What's his name? He's like a Scottish guy that drinks. I don't even remember it. No, Critical Drinker. That, duh. God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no. He does a good job analyzing that. Johnny Depp is a gem. Do not talk shit about him. I live in Fairfax. I had friends that literally... I'm dead. Hey, look, a giant-ass fucking bear. Yeah, that's great. Hey, you can't juke... He's so fat, he jukes me through the fucking tree. Oi! Stop it. I ain't Goldilocks. I'm not blonde. I'm not playing a blonde today. Don't go through the tree. Okay, hey, chill. Chill. Chill, be cool. Be cool. Bro, I'm out of ammo. Oh, hi, fuck you. Get juked, idiot. I need another gun. That's his problem now. I'm running. I'm running, bro. I don't know if that was an AI or another player, but he can deal with that. I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be fine. I still hear that bear attacking, so I don't think he's fine. But I will remember you, random person or entity. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's fine. I didn't see a death message, so he's fine, right? Right? Yeah, he's totally fine. He's totally fine. By the way, next week I'm thinking about putting an option on where you can tell everyone on the server to come and hunt me down like a dog. Actually, Razor, did we put that on the menu? Because, I think... Did we have a conversation about that? I don't think we did, actually. Jeep, see, there's gunshots over there, which means he's still alive. But yeah, we can add that to the menu starting next week. But yeah, in terms of actors, I mean... Yeah, I can't think of really any bad ones other than that. Well, no, they're not going to save my life. They're going to hunt me down. Oh, it was Ian. All right, Ian killed Cocaine Bear. Great. I don't think I was supposed to live that one, but, you know, it's fine. It happens. Yeah, who was Alice in Resident Evil? That wasn't Mila Djokovic or something? Or Jolene? I don't know. No, Djokovic is a tennis player. I'm an idiot. I know who you mean. Again, I've never heard anything negative there, but I just don't follow that stuff. I'm gonna level with you guys. I don't really have any social media. My social media is just this YouTube account with the Twitter tied to it and the Twitch. Like, I don't follow people because I don't really care about other people's opinions on the internet. I never really have. Because as soon as you start giving a shit about what people randomly on the internet think, and you start competing for random people on the internet's attention for a personal reason rather than like a business or financial one, you're essentially giving random people on the internet power over you, and that's stupid. At least in my opinion. Now, other people, they live off of that attention, and I get it. The attention is quite nice. I can say that because I'm a YouTuber and I completely understand, but it circles back to what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. There are some people where that attention is just not worth it. At all. It's Morbin time. Yeah, wasn't Morbius the movie where it was so bad people made memes out of it, and then they took the movie out of theaters, but then executives saw people memeing it and they put it back in theaters? Can I be honest with you guys? I don't see how the executives could have made that like call thinking it was a bad call. Because at that point, you got to question the phrase no like bad publicity, or there's no such thing as bad publicity. That's one of the few things where if I was an executive, I would have put the movie back into theaters if I saw a bunch of people clowning on it. Because I would think it would at least get, you know, attention again. But no, apparently it bombed even harder. But, I mean, at least it gave more money, I guess? I don't know. Tax write-off at that point, but... What was Madam Web? That doesn't even ring a damn bell. Based off of that name, I'm assuming they tried to gender swap Peter Parker into something, and it went horribly because the Me Too movement and trying to gender swap characters has, you know, been a dead concept for years. But executives wanted to do it because they wanted to... basically, the people that took over the executive spaces were the ones that were pushing for that shit, even though it wasn't profitable. And that just goes to show you that most executive jobs are actually just nepotism hires rather than anything else. And if they all think one thing, it's gonna cause issues. Because, you know, of course it is. But again, the really funny thing is, if you make a female or a black Spider-Man or whatnot, as long as the story is good, people are going to go watch it in droves. Just look at the Sony, like, what was it, Spider-Verse? That was what, Miles Morales? And then that one blonde chick, Gwen something? That had a black and a female Spider-Man, but it was still a good movie, so people went out and watched it in droves, but... whatever. Maybe I'm crazy. Damn, it's almost like we've had, you know, all these characters. Ripley from Aliens. Well, I guess Alien technically was the first one. But, you know, like, Sarah Connor from Terminator. Janeway from, Voyager. Like, yeah, it's almost like we've had all these female story locks and characters and... you know, no one complains because it's good writing. Some of Voyager is good writing. Well, but you know, like, just give us a decent story and don't shove it down our throats, and people will be fine. People will be fine. Had a Spider Pig too? Well, yeah, and obviously they were totally stealing that from Simpsons, right? I'm joking. Well, no, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is one of my hot takes. You can have politics in movies. I would argue politics actually is great to have in movies because it can usually be a pretty good juxtaposition. The issue is people preach the politics rather than showing the pros and cons of the politics. And I think my favorite scene from that was being forced to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier or whatever the fuck. And then the scene where Falcon is literally looking at the senator yelling, "You have to do better." It's like, what? Bloodwind, why the fuck are we watching this? I'm done. Like, this, bruh. This is just Captain America without Captain America, and just... identity politics preaching bullshit, please. But no, there's been... God, I've seen some pretty good political shit. Game of Thrones was all politics, if you really want to break it down. That's the whole point of Game of Thrones. Or I guess, the Game of Thrones, but, you know. We was just crazy. The Battle of Endor is a whole metaphor for Vietnam? Was it? Because, damn, the Ewoks got hands. The Californian redwood forest. It's speaking. God damn it. Can't even finish my damn joke. I'm laughing too hard. Yeah, not a joke. That's funny. Well, it just goes to show the Empire should have just burnt the entire fucking forest down. Where was the Empire's napalm? All we needed was napalm. Lots and lots of napalm. Are you telling me we had all this money for a second Death Star and we didn't have money for enough space napalm to burn a planet? Man! It just goes to show, if you ever run an evil empire, you have to make sure not to misappropriate your resources, guys. If you're gonna build a giant, like, shield generator on a moon that's a giant forest and there's an indigenous population, burn the fucking forest down. It's really that simple. Guys, if you want to rule the world, you just gotta be a benevolent dictator, and you gotta follow these 3 rules, alright? 3 simple rules. Number 1, keep your population fed. Number 2, keep your army paid. And number 3, this is the important one. Not a lot of people get this historically. A lot of people have screwed this up. Don't invade Russia in the fucking wintertime. We're gonna go over it again, okay? Number 1, keep your population fed. Number 2, keep your army paid. Number 3, don't invade Russia in the winter. A lot of people get number 1 and number 2 right. But number 3, that seems to be the stopgap. Invade Russia in the winter without winter clothes. No! No! Bad. Bad. I can't even tell if that's a Hitler impression or a Napoleon impression. Because both of them did that. Pauses mid-invasion of Russia in winter. What was number 3 again? Yeah. Yeah, that's what Napoleon was doing when he had that list of things. He's like, yeah, let's see, I have all of the French people... that's a horrible... Oh, oui, baguette, I have all of the French people fed. Yes. I have my military paid. I've defeated the Prussians. I defeated the British. Let's invade Russia in the winter. We are winning. Yes. Yeah, totally. You know, maybe it's because Napoleon was so short. That's a joke. He wasn't actually that short, but maybe he wasn't tall enough to see number 3. Wake me up when September ends so you can go invade Russia in the winter. Damn it! Gray! What have I taught you? Literally, you can do anything you want in your country as long as your people are fed, because if your people have enough money to buy food, that's usually a decent indicator of the fucking economy. If your military is paid, they can deal with people that are bitching that they're not fed enough, but you still want to keep them fed because they're, at the end of the day, are more of them than you. And a lot of people in the military have friends that are civilians that need to be fed, so, you know, got to get all that sorted, but you still want the military paid. Because if you don't pay the military, then they're going to kill you and take all your money and pay themselves anyway. And then just don't invade Russia in the winter. I would argue you don't need to invade Russia at all, but, you know, you do you. I'll let you set that line. But don't invade Russia in the winter. It's that simple. Three rules. Number 4, don't invade Edcat. Yeah, okay. No, you're right. Don't touch the Middle East. But what about oil? Okay, oil you can actually find in a lot of places in the world. Alright? Go invade Venezuela. Hell, if you want to invade South America, just go, like, become the next drug gang. Like, easy. Go take the oil from there. Don't touch the Middle East. Because once you give all the people in the Middle East one person to hate, they all gain up on you. Go ask the Soviet Union. Oh, right, they're gone. Go ask the United States. Oh, yeah, we're kind of fucked right now. Go ask Israel. Yeah. So yeah, number 4, don't touch Afghanistan. Or the Middle East, excuse me. Oh, I got a little specific there with the name dropping. Here, do we have a number 4? No, that is number 4. Number 5, equip your troops with modern equipment. I would unironically argue you don't need to do that. But that's the thing. Your military is just a defensive military. As long as your shit's slightly better than what the civilians have, you're fine. But again, as long as your people are fed, they're more likely going to be fine than not fine. That's why the U.S. is kind of in a little bit of trouble, because we've got the highest percentage of people defaulting on all of their debts right now, which means all of their wages are going to start getting garnished to pay off those debts, which means they're not even going to be able to feed themselves, which means, haha, oh, we are so fucked. Anyway. What are my thoughts on the USS Lincoln situation? I know that's an aircraft carrier. At least I think. I don't know what's going on with it right now, though. So I can't tell you. I'm going to assume, based off of current topical events, it was stationed in the Middle East and something happened to it. With the Strait of Hormuz or whatever. Hormuz, whatever the fuck. I don't know why we're still over there when we could have just, like, you know, taken our W in Venezuela and turned that into the next Middle East for oil. But, oh yeah, right. The gas companies that have all the investments in the Middle East probably wouldn't like that. You gotta remember, we bend over for those guys. The Strait of Hormones. Oh, God. Is that why we're over there, to get all of those hormone treatments for our population? I'm gonna lose a few people for that one. It was deployed for 9 months, and sailors started to have extremely bad mental health. Yeah, because it's almost like we've done all these studies where you put people in... no, I'm not gonna go there. You know what? F it. If we're gonna just go down that route, let's bring back red light NVGs. Let's bring back red light NVGs. If we're just gonna throw mental health to the wind. Because then we can start seeing the demons again. Let's bring those back. That'll be fun. Huh? Yeah. Go look up what happened in Vietnam when everyone had red light NVGs. It's one of my favorite things. Go look it up. They started seeing demons. Yeah. Yeah, the shit that they saw made Predator look like a fucking joke. First gen NVGs that were red, yeah. That used infrared. Go look it up. Go look at the reports that were given, that what people fucking saw in the jungle. It'll make Predator look like a motherfucking joke. Where can I buy a pair for science? Have fun. That's why the Marines are called devil dogs. Exactly. Yeah. 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 Anyway. No, you don't need drugs to see the demons. You just need red light NVGs. It's that easy. I think I've literally circled around like this. We'll start going to that northern town. Well, this DayZ stream this week has been pretty interesting. Thank you for keeping it fresh, chat. I appreciate it. Definitely going to have a lot of paperwork to do after this one, but I also know my wife is going to harass me to put the Power World server up, so at least I can give her what she wants while I work on everything. Oh, you're bound to find some good videos on it on YouTube. I hope, unless they censored it. My mouse, I forget the name of it, but it's the Logitech one with the 12 buttons for a thumb pad. Literally just so I can do a bunch of macros for Arma 3 radios. unironically, and it's so convenient. And then any other macros I need to do for, like, web night stuff or whatnot.
Liru, I want my goat back.
It's great. How the hell... I guess my boots are getting wet. I love all this 9mm ammo. Can I now have a 9mm gun, please? Smile. Doo-da-dee, doo-da-doo. No, thank you, Nerwin. I thought I'd have an easier time playing this game, but now you're around to make sure I don't. Actually, then again, that's Cookie's job. And who else? Ian's, Don's. I want to say Griffix, but he's only been doing stuff for the Rhodesian campaign. Oh, obviously Tech Priest. And I guess any other of you guys. The G600 series, Logitech discontinued. Are you telling me Logi doesn't make the frickin' thumb button mouses anymore? Bro. Of course they don't. Who makes them now? I remember back in 2018, I was actually partnered with Logitech, and I still have a bunch of their, what is that? I still have a bunch of their keyboards. Is that a bloodsucker? That's a blood... I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, shit. I guess if the mouse breaks... Here's the thing. Here's my financial plan, though, all right? Here's a really solid way to make some money. Hi? What? Is that... Are you a freaking, like, head parasite or some bullshit? I'm not touching you. All right, guys. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Really simple. If your computer breaks... Just buy a new one from Costco to save, like, you know, to hold you over for 2 years until, you know, the AI bubble completely collapses. And Micron is forced to then sell back on the regular customer market instead of the, you know, business one. And prices will eventually come down, and then you can fix your shit. That's my financial advice. Because, God... 32 gigs of RAM right now, you literally have to frickin' sell an arm and a leg for. But it's okay, you can make funny thumbnail pictures now. Yeah, that's in 5 to 10 years. I'd like to say it's in 3 to 4, but you're probably right. The best estimate's in 5 to 10, and I fucking hate that. We live in a really shitty timeline. It's okay, we'll live, maybe. Hopefully. Rod, I'm going to level with you right now. If you are going to buy something from Costco, you should probably do it sooner than later. I watched the same computer 6 months ago when it was $1,000. Now it is literally $1,499. Same exact stats. $500 price jump. Literally just because of the fucking RAM. Because it had 32 gigs of RAM. DDR5. So I would buy it early because the prices are going to continue to get worse. They had another massive jump when Micron came out and said all of their 2027 RAM has been already bought out. So, yeah. I know someone that literally does dumpster diving at the landfill now. And he'll literally just find older computers with, like, DDR4 RAM. And then he just flips it. And he actually makes a lot of money doing it. But eventually we're gonna run out of dumpsters to stop looting. I also find it funny, this was done in, like, I think the mid-2010s, where people could raid dumpsters of various stores and whatnot because they would throw out inventory. And then they would just resell what they didn't sell for, like, a fraction of the price. Because, you know, they want to keep the prices up for their goods. So now retailers, what they'll do is before they throw anything out, they'll just destroy the item. It's like, bruh. No. Yep. Well, that only had one round. What do I have that can kill you? What? What is this? What are you? What am I playing here? I thought this was DayZ, not frickin' Wizard of Oz. Wait, hold up. No, I have a box of cowboy. Okay. Now I just have to kill you, and I think I can outrun you too. Stonks. Okay. This might not be fine. I still have shotgun, though. Why are crocodiles so fast? Because, bro, they gave the crocodiles crack cocaine. That's how the CIA got control of them. Wait, what? Silly me. There we go. I feel like this is bait. Fuck it. Oh, that's a good question. What's your favorite B-rated movie? Tire. Tire or Lamageddon? Lamageddon is not a B movie. That's like a D movie. Does Tire count as a B-rated movie, though? Tire is just a really fun movie to watch with people that have never seen Tire before, just to see their reaction. Tire's funny. Oh, finally, something for all that 9mm. What are you? You're 380, which I thought I had a little bit of ammo for, but I guess not in this life. I guess any of the scary movie series is also B. Those are pretty decent. I didn't see the new one, though. Was it any good? Because I heard they brought back all the original cast. But I think I'm only going to get a good answer from someone that is a scary movie fan. Like, was it a decent scary movie? That's another thing, though, that's kind of died off in the past decade, is we don't really have that, like, subclass of B movies anymore. Like, Meet the Spartans, bro. What was a more historically accurate movie? Meet the Spartans or the latest Odyssey movie? I'm saying that as a joke. I actually have no idea. Oh, can that not... Well, I thought that... Okay, well. Yeah, you gotta go to, like, other countries now for B-rate movies and whatnot. I know I should have kept the Tundra because I got all that ammo, but I have the Longhorn, so that'll work too. I don't know. I've heard from so many like different people that Odyssey is either a good movie or a bad movie. Like it's a decent thing to watch. And then I've also heard people tell me like the lore's all over the damn place or like some of the things don't even make sense, but the most average take I've heard is like it's something decent to watch. But I don't really want to go to the theaters for decent, you know? I want to go for something thrilling, like Obsession, or something like cosmically horror, horror ain't funny, like Iron Lung, or what else came out? Backrooms. Like, I want something entertaining, and I don't want to hear average, you know? Some movies require you not to think too hard on what you're watching. That's one of them. Gotcha. Okay. Here's the thing. Like, I don't mean to rip on it, but there's just so much other stuff to watch with your time. Like, I want to say in the past 5 years, for example, the amount of SCP projects that have come out, some being good, some being mid. But, you know, like, you could spend weeks watching various different types of SCP videos because there's so many people doing their own takes on stuff like that. You know? And that would be worth your time. Like, and that's not going... How do I word this? That's not the videos like SCP Explained or Vulgan or whatnot that just, like, break down the SCPs for you. Granted, those are good. I'm not saying they're not. But I'm talking, like, you know, people that'll make something like SCP Overlord. To give an example, because that's the first one that comes to head. Like, there's a bunch of, like, MTF-style videos. Or there's a bunch of videos of, like, you know, the Foundation doing things that are interesting, character-driven. And, like, you just compare that to anything in the media these days in movies, and it's as good, if not better, you know? Yeah, Vulgan, from what I heard back when, basically stopped for his own mental health. And I completely understand. Because Vulgan got up to, like, a really high level of viewership, but with that, when you start interacting with people, you start to get access to some of the crazies, and, yeah, they can be pretty difficult to deal with. Compound that with anything else going on in your life, and things get messy, you know? Now, I'm not saying that as if I personally knew him. I'm saying that as, you know, another YouTuber that has had a fraction of that. Even at that peak, I completely understand. None of you are gonna believe me when I say this, but my in-laws actually like sat down in Greece, and next to them, Chris Hemsworth was eating like his meal, and they like snuck a bunch of photos with him. It was funny. No, I'm thinking of Chris Hansen, not Chris Hemsworth. My bad. I'm thinking of the guy from, you know, Catch a Predator. Fuck, who's Chris Hemsworth? He's Thor? Oh! Yeah, you're right. Good on him. I'm going to be honest. I think the best thing you can do in an industry where you have a lot of exposure is go in, make your bag, keep your head down, let your work speak for itself, and then, you know, put some of that money aside to live on the rest of your life, and then use the rest to do what you want with. If you have your own passion project you want to do, go for it. If you want to make a foundation and, you know, do a bunch of charity or something with it, go for it. Don't get full of yourself. Because then you're going to have a bad time. Don't get full of yourself. That's all you got to do. Man. Yeah, Don, that's already happened. I don't need it to happen anymore, though. I'm fully ready for when Arma 4 comes around and the whole, like, tidal wave of everything happens again, and I'll just get popular by default. I'm gonna literally pull what are they called? God damn it. I'm gonna pull a Soviet Womble and just isolate myself from everything with a few people and just ride it out. Because I'm not looking forward to dealing with all that shit again, that's for damn sure. Those zombies are people. Those might be people.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Those are AI, but I don't really have anything to snipe them with. Is that a grenade? Oh, okay, that was a leaf. Jaeger, thanks for the 9-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Why did I just get stuck? Do.
6 now.
Huh, weird time for this to pop. I got a new pen that can write underwater. It can write other words too.
Alright, I'll give you that one. That was pretty decent. Tech Breeze, thanks for the 44-month resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operation so we get a nice kick out of this scenario. Do, 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 do. It's only a 3080. Stab vest. The loot's mid. My only weakness. Can I put you on you? Yes! Oh, I think the fishing pole is what I saw earlier. I thought I saw like a firearm or something. Oh, you only have that. Okay, well, I mean, that's better than that, but... Great. Awesome. Well, okay. Fair enough. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here, mainly because my wife is now yelling at me to put the Power World server back up, and we're over our 2-hour limit. I will be back tomorrow for a Rhodesian operation because we have a lot of stuff to add to it now with everything that came up, apparently. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of the day or night. Feel free to reach out on Discord. Oh, I have to send Cookie Dreams feet pics, too. Yeah, crazy. Cheers, guys, and have a good one. That was a funny lag spike. Anyway, see you guys later.